at a pace completely out of touch with Wanjiku. For example, a teacher in Wajir who earned a gross pay of 50,000 Kenya shillings in the year 2022 took home a net pay of Kenya shillings 42,000. However, and unfortunately under this regime, the same teacher takes home a net pay of 38,000 Kenya shillings. This is to skyrocketing food and fuel prices, and to a country where the roads are poorer, schools are no longer get capitation, and health care no longer works. Another example, in the year 2022, a basket of essential goods stood at Kenya shillings 14,000. Under this elite regime, it is now stands at 25,000 Kenya shillings for a medium-sized family. In addition to a shrinking payslip, Kenyan households are no longer able to save or afford essential goods for their families. Above all, the purchasing power has been sunk. This is while the wages remain stagnant and taxes keep soaring. Fellow Kenyans, the result is not prosperity. The result is economic fatigue, reduced consumer spending, shrinking margins for businesses, and rising public anger. Kenyans remain under deep unspoken stress. In the budget statement, we have made a closer examination of sectoral allocations, reveals a worrying shift in Kenya's national priorities over the past 3 years. Kenya's priority sectors are education, health, and agriculture. These sectors touch every Kenyan and every facet of our lives. Previous informed and caring governments gave priority and adequate funding to these sectors. During the Grand Coalition administration, education continuously received between 20 and 25% of the national budget, making it one of the government's highest priorities. Under the Jubilee administration of President Uhuru Kenyatta, education remained a major priority, receiving between 24 to 27% of the national budget. Under Mr. William Ruto, education funding has fallen to 16.2% of the budget. This drop is felt directly by the parents who are being forced to pay for primary and secondary education, school, college, and university education. School education are all being blown into oblivion. What is the future of our children? Why is this regime at war with our children and our youth? Why are you killing our future? Under the budget estimates of 2025-2026 financial year, agriculture remains at crossroads. Traditionally, agriculture has been the backbone of our economy. The sector has been traditionally been receiving between 4% to 6%. Under this regime, agriculture has been grossly defunded. Only 2% of the total budget has been allocated to this sector. This is despite the fact that this sector employs a majority of the population and remains the socio-economic backbone of our rural livelihoods. Mr. President, why are you defunding agriculture? Did you consult the over 7.1 million registered farmers and the 40% of the total population and nearly 70% of the rural workforce depending on agriculture? On matters health, the sector has historically received between 6 to 8% of the total budget. Unfortunately and painfully, under the current budget estimates, the sector has been allocated a paltry 3.5% of the total budget. This is despite the fact that Kenyans are paying more taxes and higher share deductions than ever before. What is more important to citizens of any nation if not healthcare? A healthy nation is a wealthy nation. In any case, a nation's greatest resource is its people. These people must be healthy and productive. Despite suffocating critical sectors, the government continues to increase allocations to non-essential expenditures. The presidency and Statehouse have continued to expand up to 17 billion in this year's budget. This is funding opulence and corruption. What does Statehouse need Kenya shilling 17 billion for? Are there schools and hospitals in Statehouse? Fellow Kenyans, between the 2022 to 2026, allocation to the security docket steadily rose from Kenya shillings 318 billion